Some of you people that have been here a while now will realise that we don't mess around here at the 401. We don't dabble in things like drones, Chinese lanterns or even swamp gas. So you can always rest assured that the footage I bring you is going to be the best of the very best, and I feel that these two pieces of footage that I'm about to share with you now are no different. I've racked my brain over this many times, can't understand what it is that I'm looking at. I'll leave it down to you guys to drop down in that comments box below and share your thoughts and opinions. So without further ado guys, let's jump straight in. Okay guys, so this piece of footage that we've got in front of us, I'm assuming is the onboard cameras of one of the SpaceX rockets. It looks to me like it's on re-entry. Now we know SpaceX rockets do come back to be reused. We can see that this one on the left hand side, or part of this rocket on the left hand side, has its landing gear out already. There's two grills, there's one on the left and one on the right. Now I'm just going to press play and let you watch this in real time as I watch it.
About 15 seconds away from that entry burn. We're going to wait for that visual confirmation the burn started and call out that that engine burn was successful.
Now you all saw what I saw. You obviously saw the object fly past the SpaceX rocket and the camera there. When I watched this video and I dropped down in the comments box below of this particular channel, people there were thinking that this was maybe ice flying off the rocket, and in fact some people were saying it's definitely ice. If you watch, it comes from the bottom of the rocket. Now from my observation, I don't see that coming from the bottom of the rocket. I see it coming quite a way off actually and flying past the right hand side, but it doesn't look like ice. So regardless of where it came from, it just doesn't look like ice. And we can see that the guy who captured this actually pauses it one or two times to try and point that out. So let's watch again. He's paused it there, yet again, and he's paused it there. So that's 3 times that he's paused it to try and give the viewer a better look of what this object is, many of which are saying this is ice. Now where I've paused it, I don't think that looks like ice. For a start, I think if this was ice, we would maybe see 1 or 2 shards at least flying off this thing as it's flying at whatever speed past the camera, but we don't. We just see one intact object. Now let's investigate the object a bit further. It looks to me like it's metallic, and I know this is people going to be saying, oh god, he's used the metallic word to try and paint the picture that it's a UFO or a metallical disc. I'm not, I'm just saying that is what it looks like, and the reason I think it looks like that is because of this glimmer on the right hand edge. Now I know that ice does reflect light to a certain degree, but ice also absorbs a lot of light. So to have a glimmer like that, which would suggest that there's a hard edge there where light is hitting off, kind of goes against the ice theory. But there's also a shadow as well. I will put arrows in so you guys can see what I see. But there is a shadow that goes around the outer edge. And there's also, if we look really carefully, what looks like 2 little prongs. Now I wouldn't even know what to call them. I want to say antennae or whatever, but again, I don't want to steer people in thinking that this is some kind of extraterrestrial craft. But I'm just observing what I see. It does look like a metallic object that's got a glint on one edge of the surface. It's definitely got depth to it because there's shadow there, and there is 2 prong looking things sticking out the side. So what is this? Like, is this a satellite? Well, I'm hoping not, because this SpaceX rocket is on re-entry. Now I would like to think that when they bring a rocket down in from space, they know whereabouts the satellites are in position to this, because that would be quite devastating to knock a satellite out of the sky or even damage the rocket. So I'm assuming that that's not a satellite, given that SpaceX would know where the satellites are before bringing this thing down. So what is it? Again, I look for the best footage, guys. I look for the best of the best. There's plenty of footage out there on the internet that could be swamp gas, could be drones, and could be Chinese lanterns, and a million and one other things. I look for the footage that I think I actually don't know, and this is one of those pieces of footage. But the plot thickens because the guy who created this video, or the guy who captured this video to show the world this weird object flying by one of the SpaceX cameras, missed the trick. Oh, he missed a trick, because if we go back and we play again from the start, keep watching over the right hand grill, or the right hand piece of landing gear.
Away from that entry burn, we're going to wait for that visual confirmation the burn started and
boom. Did you see that? The guy who created this video didn't. And if we go back and watch that again, Like I said, keep your eyes peeled around the right hand piece of landing gear. Something white, something super fast flew past that landing gear, and it definitely didn't come from the bottom of the rocket, which people are saying the first object did. So therefore it's not ice. Now, was that a satellite? It was moving extremely fast. Now, satellites do move fast, so it could be a satellite, but as I've already stated, I hope, or I would like to think, that SpaceX know where satellites are in relation to their rocket that they're bringing back into re-entry. So I'm going to say it's not a satellite.
Away from that entry burn, we're going to wait for that visual confirmation the burn started and call it.
It looks very similar to a lot of the footage that we've seen already on the internet, people's experiences in seeing these UFOs. It moves in the same way, roughly at the same speed, and it looks the same brightness, the same depth, everything that we've seen a million times before. And a million times before we've had no explanation. So I don't know what this is, guys. I'm going to leave it to you to drop down in the comments box below and let me know what you think. I just thought this was a very interesting piece of footage. What I will do now though is show you another piece of footage which I personally think is groundbreaking. I've seen this maybe 1 or 2 years ago now, and when I first saw this piece of footage it still had the same impact on me. Still got my brain ticking over thinking, what the hell is this? I'm just going to play this on and let you guys see this. This UFO is very slow. It took about 7 minutes to do its thing. Footage has been sped up, otherwise it would not have been noticeable to the human eye. I like that it's marked out as well where we should start looking. That's really helpful. Fast object passing it is a satellite. Looks like it's hiding from it. And I can't, again, I'm just going to pause this. I can't agree more. We see the object come from the top right, move down to the bottom left. It looks like it lingers around a cluster of 2 stars, binary stars, whatever they are, and then fires off. But as this is happening, we see a satellite scream across the shot. And as he says, it looks like the UFO was hiding from this satellite. Let's take another look. I don't know what that is, guys, and like I said, I've seen that maybe 1 or 2 years ago when I first saw it, and I still think the same as I thought then. This to me is groundbreaking. What object do you know in space that's flying around, slams the brakes on, makes a U-turn, and then fires off at the exact moment that satellite is passing overhead? I don't know an object that would do that. Commercial planes don't do that. People flying drones don't do that. This isn't a drone, guys. Come on now, let's be serious. This isn't swamp gas. This isn't Chinese lanterns. I don't know what this is. It was obviously doing something that was controlled and intelligently controlled. In my opinion, again, this is just my opinion, you guys might think different, and if you do, then I do encourage you to drop down in that comments box below and share your thoughts and opinions with everybody else. Yeah, thought I'd share this with you guys. I hope that you like it. It's definitely blown me away watching this again for the 2nd time, and I'm sure that I'll watch it many, many more times after as well. Until next time, guys, take it easy, as we always say. Look after yourselves, keep your eyes on the skies, and until next time, I'll see you on the next one.